Greetings, good citizens of Exeter. For this week's report, a preview for the upcoming American Independence Festival, a recap of recent select board meetings, and an update from Parks and Rec about summer programming. 'Tis I, your town crier, Garrett Prey, and this is the Exeter Biweekly Report. Let us begin. The American Independence Museum will be hosting its 32nd annual American Independence Festival on Saturday, July 16th. Here's what to expect. Saturday, July 16th is the American Independence Festival, celebrated at the American Independence Museum. Festivities will run from 10 in the morning to 6 in the evening. Activities will contain New Hampshire's own General John Stark, General George Washington's speech at the beer garden. Blackjack stands will talk in the tavern. There shall also be a craft your own Purple Heart, as well as the story of the making of the Purple Heart with George Washington in the afternoon. Throughout the day, you shall be able to explore the artisan village. You shall be able to see wonderful demonstrations and hear magnificent speeches, such as the reading of the Declaration from John Gilman himself. The Exeter Select Board is having a busy summer with packed agendas for their June 13th and 27th meetings. Communications Coordinator Bob Glowacki has this recap of what was discussed at those recent meetings.
On Monday, June 13th, the Select Board met in the Novak Room. On the agenda was a public hearing related to a new school coming to town. Friends of Coastal Waters School Board Chair Bill Libby spoke to the board about the proposal to put the school on Holland Way.
So our school is a charter school. We got our charter approved in January by the New Hampshire Department of Education. Our school, we're starting out K through 12, and right now we have about 220 students enrolled. The high school is the lowest enrollment right now, which is expected starting out. Our underlying pedagogy is around the Waldorf education, which is about the heart, body, mind, soul of the child and meeting them where they are in their child development. And includes a lot of time going out into nature to sort of let the body reset and then come back in and do the curriculum that needs to be met.
The board also approved the acceptance of a grant allowing the fire department to purchase new equipment for the town's ambulance service.
Stryker came in with a now offered what was called a power loader system, and he had it in the back of his Stryker van and pulled into the back parking lot, and he loaded himself onto the cot, and I pushed the cot over to the ambulance, and I was able to put him in the ambulance with a single press of a button without lifting any weight at all.
The majority of the meeting consisted of an update from Parks and Rec Director Greg Beeson regarding the department's research into the pickleball and tennis in town.
Broke down by age, but it also broke down the primary playing times, and I think that's one of the real things. Mornings, 7 to 10 a.m. is obviously the most popular, followed by weekdays, evenings from 5 to dusk. So we do know there's a lot of people that do like to play.
Play what?
Play both.
Both, okay.
So we left it both, that if you're a tennis player or you're a pickleball player, and what do you prefer to go up there and play? 63% or 36% of the people responded were tennis players, where 20% were pickleballers. So there is definitely a need, where 14% were interested in playing both.
The board settled on allowing Parks and Rec to purchase 2 semi-permanent nets.
The town converts the top, can I just call it Court 1? Is everyone okay with that? Converts temporarily Court 1 to place two semi-permanent pickleball nets that will be used full-time for pickleball. So make it very clear that they're not going to be slid around.
At their June 27th meeting, they also had a packed agenda, starting off with quarterly financial reports from the town's new finance director, Corey Stevens.
Things are going well in the department so far. The team has been super supportive, and they're great to work with. They're talented, and they get along well together, and they put up with me. So, so far, so good.
This was followed by a request from Public Works to reclassify the assistant engineer position at a higher pay scale to better attract applicants.
Public Works currently has 8 vacancies and 2 pending retirements. So we're in a very tough place. Tonight, this discussion about the assistant engineer is a reflection of that. We have been trying to fill this position since last November.
If we're competing for the same small pool of talented individuals with other communities, whether they be towns or cities, I think we need to be obviously in a position where we can compete.
The board approved the reclassification and moved on to an update from the communications coordinator on the status of the website refresh and the state of the town's social media policy. The town just released its new website today. The IT director spoke about an ARPA funds request for GIS mapping software. The board wrapped up discussion topics with a conversation about potential parking issues related to winter parking and additional housing projects that were approved in the downtown area.
So there are a few issues that have come up related to parking and I'll call it traffic. There was a request made as a result of one of the developments that has come into town at the First Baptist Church on 43 Front Street. There was a review by Public Works to add parking spaces for winter overnight parking. And there's a map in the packet that outlines where our winter overnight parking spots are.
As always, you can watch the full meeting videos on our YouTube page.
Summer events and programming are underway in Exeter. Darian Castro has a preview of the summer concert series taking place in town by Parks and Rec.
This summer, Exeter will host not one, but 2 different music series for the public to enjoy. We sat down with Parks and Recreation Director Greg Beeson to discuss the Parks and Rec concert series that kicked off last Thursday in Swayze Parkway.
Last week's concert on June 30th, Elijah and the Prophets performed with his debut album. It was a great crowd. People were jumping around and jiving. We are excited. We can't wait for the next concert to hit the stage. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Town of Exeter, Exeter Parks and Recreation, Cambridge Trust, as well as Urban Alchemy. Come join us on Thursday nights after the farmers market.
All concerts in the Parkway are free and run from 6 to 8 p.m. Team will also be bringing live music to Exeter with the new Tune and Fork Tuesday series. Thanks to a donation from Ruffner Real Estate and help from Parks and Rec, Townhouse Common will now be a new spot for local music. Every Tuesday, locals can come out to the Common from 5 to 8 p.m. and enjoy live music, food trucks, and local art. For more information and a full list of artists, visit Team's website.
That does it for this week's Revolutionary Report. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to help us spread the word. We'll be back on July 22nd with more local news and information. For Exeter TV, I am Garrett Prey, and this has been the Exeter Biweekly Report. Have a great weekend, everyone. Huzzah!